And he was coming and telling us about this, and this brought up some memories for Skraby, and he immediately went to you.
Yeah.
He said that you left him in the airport one year.
In
Happily.
Chicago. like didn't even think about it. Ran.
I didn't run because I mean everybody knows me. No
Running.
way I ran through an airport.
No, I saw
No
the full
way
Home
I
Alone
ran.
running through the airport.
Did not, just walked quickly. You were lagging
I
behind
no.
slowly.
No.
And I do remember getting to the gate, and the lady said, "Good thing you got here, because we're just about to close the door."
Yeah, it was a wrap.
And I had a choice.
Do I wait
for Skraby or get on the plane? And I said, he's on his own.
Where are we coming back from?
And when they closed the door, it was Cooperstown.
Yeah,
that's right.
And we stopped in Chicago.
And
And when
we were flying from New York to Chicago,
Right.
but our New York flight was severely delayed.
Yeah.
So we got in as the other flight was about leaving. Chris was about, I don't know, 20 rows in front of me.
That's what happened is I got off the plane earlier than he did. Because we wouldn't sit together on a plane. You can't imagine that happening. So
Heck no.
we were nowhere near each other. But I will say that the moment that they announced the door has closed for good, and I realized he wasn't on the plane, that it was going to be hell to pay for that. If I could have yelled at the steward, "Can I get off?" I might have had to do it.
I will give you. I will give your.
I did
your
immediately text you and stuff, and then we
Yes.
did come to pick you up at the airport. My wife and I came back later to get you a ride home.
You leave that
I was
part
just
out.
about to say that. I was just about to say that. But it was hilarious because we're with our engineer Steve, and Steve and I, Steve and I love Steve. He's great. But Steve gets really frustrated, and so I was
Yes,
getting
he
really
did.
frustrated with
Yes, he
Steve,
did.
and Steve's like, "What are we gonna do?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Steve. Give me a second." This is in the Chicago O'Hare Airport.
If you're going to get stuck in an airport, that's a good one. I mean,
I
there is
walked
a
it.
lot to do in
There is,
Chicago.
for sure.
you
It's
know,
huge.
because they know a lot of people get stuck there. So there's plenty of things to keep you busy.
All right, let's get into some sports for today. Man, a lot going on at the University of Michigan. When Skraby and I broke this story yesterday,
Yeah.
it had the full picture hadn't quite been colored.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, there was some at the time alleged things that had happened that we weren't even comfortable speaking about because it was so fresh. Last
It's
thing you
so
want to do
out
is
there.
get out there too quick and find out something's not true. Well,
It all turned out to be true, and then
and
some.
then some. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
there's a mugshot involved. There's a plan B involved. There's a lot of things that have transpired, and it's the more I read about it, the more it sounds like Michigan kind of had to know this was coming down the pipeline.
I think people
before.
around college football even knew
yeah.
that this might be coming down the pipeline. It was
100%.
evidently a very poorly kept secret.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the way it came down to us, we were traveling after the basketball game in Kansas yesterday, and so we were kind of on an
Nice
all
win for the
day.
Lady Aztecs, by the way.
It was a great win, and yeah, we're going to talk with them a little bit tomorrow about it. But look, we were kind of in travel mode, and one of the kids traveling with the team, one of the the scout team, they have some of those kids. The women practice against guy players, college students that are really good basketball players, by the way. And one of them I was talking with, and he's a big Michigan fan. And I said, "Oh, okay, blah blah blah." And then he said, "You heard about our coach today?" And Stacey Terry Hudson was sitting there, kind of nearby the conversation. And I said, "I didn't hear what happened." And he said, "Well, they fired him." And I said, "What?" I mean, like they've been good. Because they lost to Ohio State one time, they fired him. And he goes, "Yeah, he's fired." And Stacey Terry Hudson, the Aztecs coach, even jumped in and said, "Man, I hate when stuff like this happens. When guys are mostly successful, lose a game, and then get fired."
Yeah, this is
That's
all.
one coach.
This is all when you're thinking this is all about football.
You just thought he was fired for football. And so that's one coach sticking up for another one. But when the story started to come out, why he was fired, and then it seemed like every time, when you make like 2 or 3 stops across the country, so every time you get off the plane, something worse happened to Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it went.
Yeah,
for me.
It's still like, I mean, at least the authorities haven't released much of anything. It's just been an arrest, possible.
Did we hear anything about a knife? Did I hear something about a knife?
This is where I don't know if it's true or not.
This is the stuff that
I'm getting bits and pieces.
That's coming from outside sources, not the authorities.
Not from the police.
The police have only said that he's been arrested, some possible assault, for possible assault, and they've kind of just left it at that. They released a mugshot of him.
Yeah.
Doesn't look great.
The thinking is he was called in, he was fired, told why he was fired, and he immediately left and went right to where the woman was.
Yeah,
and everything got really out of.
Here's the timeline that I understand from a reporter from Michigan who's very good with the Michigan Wolverine stuff. He said over the summer, they asked questions of the two. Are you guys having a relationship? Stuff like that. They both said no. So the school said, well, we can't do anything because both of them are denying this relationship. But throughout the year, something must have changed. And so she started bringing text messages and emails and stuff that proved that they were having an affair. And that's when he got fired. And like you said, went right to her house this is what that reporter is alleging.
Yes. Has happened. Okay.
Yes. Not the police saying
Can we just all of the other sort of details are going to come out and they will. But I would like to focus a little bit on what we do know happened. And that is that a man who is a leader of young men, right? Who's supposed to be setting a decent example, you would hope, who is married with 3 daughters of his own.
I wasn't aware of the third.
2 or 3?
I think it's 2.
Yeah.
Is having an affair with a young, a student assistant, grad assistant, whatever it was. So much so to the point where you get her pregnant. Because we know about this is that factual
true,
or is that still
that part has not been not put out there by authorities or it's just been
strike it from the record.
So all of that might be part of it.
Strike it from the record.
All right, strike that. But we do know he's having an affair, and you're married with 2 kids, and you're the leader of a team.
Full stop.
Right. That's all you need there.
That's it.
And it gets me back to I can't blame the University of Michigan, but I just wish somehow there was a better way to vet some of these candidates who come up for jobs. I know you can't look at a man when you're in an interview and think, well, he's pretty likely to have an affair.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't, but you just like to believe that better people are in some of these positions, and it's just a bad look, all the way around.
I think out of all the college jobs, right, we got to make sure we don't make it seem as though that is like a pervasive thing happening.
You're right. I agree.
Across college football, across college sports.
Yes, Lane Kiffin and this guy don't coach every team in football.
I don't know if we can put Lane in that.
Man,
I'm not putting him quite there, but he's still not a man.
I have a feeling wherever Lane Kiffin is, he just fell over because he got pushed.
Well, he's not a man of character, Lane Kiffin.
But we can't compare these two things.
Man.
I don't want to be compared.
I will stand for Lane all day over the allegations that Sharon Moore is facing.
Yeah, no, that's I won't put them together, but I get your point. But that being said, it's hard to feel sorry for someone like Sharon Moore. I remind everybody how he got this job is that it was in Jim Harbaugh's contract that he had to be the next coach in line once he left. And so he got that job, and now,
he's blown his whole life he's apart,
basically. And that's no one's fault but his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, in these situations, clearly there is some temptation involved, but you know what? That's part of what you're talking about in terms of character, in terms of being able to, be a leader among men. You got to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. And this is a clear violation of that. And so it sucks for him, man. It sucks for his family. It sucks for those 2 girls, his wife. And now all those young men that thought they had their leader, it all changes up. It affects so many different people in this one circumstance.
And if you're a player and you bought into everything Sharon Moore, no matter who comes in, they're going to have to prove it to you now that you should follow
a little bit
them.
harder too.
Yeah,
probably a little
bit harder.
Follow
them.
No doubt. Let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris short show today. What we got Thursday night today?
I think it's Bucks and Falcons? Is that right, Chris?
You sound like Tony. Yes, that's right.
Well, because I knew because I knew this game
sounds just like me.
I knew this game was one I could miss and be okay with missing
is that
it.
what it is?
But yeah, we still have to talk about one of the saddest things I think that happened today. Robert Suarez is gone.
Oh, yes. Mr.
We'll
Suarez.
cry for Mr. Suarez.
Reminder before we
come
get to
back.
break, remember to listen around 4:20 today for us to announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night in our Odyssey suite at a future Padre game with all the fan staff catered by Spiro's Mediterranean cuisine. Register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan in order to potentially have your name called. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
When it comes to the
97.3 The Fan. All guests on the program will join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys. They help good people regain control of their futures when they're charged with a crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. David P. Shapiro and company are good. Don't know if they can help Sharon Moore at this point, but
I think he's out of their jurisdiction.
a little out of their jurisdiction.
I think even if he was, they wasn't going to be able to help him.
He's still in custody today. He's not supposed to appear in court till tomorrow.
I don't even want it. Never mind. Go ahead.
That's forward. Yeah, we've talked enough on him. Padres, look, the winter meetings are over, and here we are when we can sum up everything the Padres did. Okay, I just summed up everything the Padres did. There you go.
I think it's
what they do.
I think it's important to note
what they do.
They didn't make any transactions. If that's the only thing you were looking for in the winter meetings, but what I took out of it was that AJ Preller gave us indications of things that we don't now have to make up for the next 2 months.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
is not being traded. Mason Miller is not going to be a starter. There. Now we don't have to worry about that.
All right, so we got those two, but I still think Mason Miller could be a starter. Even though they're saying it, and I don't mind them saying it, I think they believe that's the case at this point. But I still think it's going to come down to whether they can find a starter or two.
I say put
before
David
I
Morgan
completely
as the
leave it out. Before I completely rule out Mason Miller.
I just think you have more with Waldron. I mean, worst case, very worst case scenario. They can't find anybody.
Right, and you got Waldron and J.P. Sears right now.
You got Waldron, J.P. Sears, Vasquez, Joe, Pivetta.
There's five.
David Morgan probably is a more realistic chance to become a starter. You can always sign on the fringes there, as opposed to moving Mason from the bullpen, and you don't know what that's going to look like. Because here's the deal: even if Mason is gung ho about it, he hasn't started in I don't know how long. He's going to be on an innings limitation. You would think you would like to have some depth at the position if you're going to have guys like on a innings limit.
Right.
I'm sure Joe Musgrove is not going to just be, fully
He'll
allowed
have
to
a
go.
Limit of some sort.
So I think I don't think it really at this moment plays in the Padres' best interest to move Mason there, especially when you don't know what it's going to look like.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that if absolutely nothing happens, I still think it's on the table. But, that's my own opinion. Maybe they have already 100% decided. One thing we know, Robert Suarez is not coming back. 3 years, $45 million.
Yeah.
Atlanta Braves.
He gone.
They had a closer last year. Iglesias, who was, pretty good.
They brought him back too.
29 saves and 34 chances. 1 year, $16 million for him.
I heard that.
I imagine he's now getting that money to pitch the eighth inning.
I heard somebody questioning how they were going to deploy Suarez. Based off of the fact that Iglesias didn't have his best year, and then they went out, signed him, and then re-signed another.
Suarez starts as the ninth inning guy.
I would think so too.
Was Iglesias' contract? I think it was 1 year.
1 year, 16.
Okay, so that tells you also because Robert Suarez got 3 years.
Right.
But Iglesias is making more money.
By $1 million, and then Robert Suarez makes 2 years more money.
I think Suarez will go down.
But here's the thing: the best part about I think one of the good things about Robert is he doesn't seem to mind. Like if you ask him to pitch the eighth, he'll have no problem doing it. Now and then he only has to do it for a year anyway before he hops back on that side of the closing situation. So
I think he's the ninth inning.
I do too. I agree with you.
You're right, Tony. The thing that makes Suarez, I dare say great, because so many fans, here, didn't like him, but you're going to miss him, I think, when he's gone. Dare I say great is that he doesn't seem to care out there. And I'm sure he did. Don't get me wrong. He does, but he's able
not affected.
He's able to compartmentalize. When he walks off the field after a save, he taps his chest, he points up, and he shakes hands.
I like that in a closer.
And when he walks off after he gives up 4 runs, he does the same thing.
Well, I have something that changes the conversation. I was not up on my Atlanta Braves knowledge, but Iglesias will remain the Braves' closer, source says. Suarez is going to set it up, according to our guy, Ken
Sources
Rosenthal.
can say what they want right now. Sources.
Who said it?
Ken Rosenthal.
Yeah. All right. Let's file that away for future knowledge.
Subject to change.
I mean, technically, he could be right.
He'll be wrong.
If Iglesias closes the opening day game.
I'll bet my bottom dollar
how those things
that
work?
Rosenthal is wrong.
You know how those things work that somebody gets a call. It's like, what do you think? My guess is that he'll probably remain the starter, and then boom, that's how it rolls.
This is the same situation with Fernando. I said it probably was like this. Maybe Ken Rosenthal texted someone in the Padres, "Hey, you think anyone would ever consider trading Fernando?" Someone says, "No, they wouldn't trade him, but never say never." And then he says, "There's a possibility."
Yeah. Well, Ken Rosenthal's wrong, so he's just trying to continue his streak, and I think he's going to go 2 for 2 here. And he'll be wrong. He's already got Fernando traded, and now he's got Suarez pitching the 8th inning. We'll see how he does on that. Anyway, if you want more Padre talk, and I'm sure you probably do, we devoted our overtime segment today to everything the Padres didn't do during the winter meetings, what it all means, where they're going to go from here.
And it got off the rails, too, for a little bit.
Yeah, well, Chris made it
we were able to corral it back and pull it in.
Chris made a very disgusting accusation of me. Right?
You didn't deny it.
Yes, I did.
You said you didn't. No, you didn't deny it. You said you didn't know what it was.
And I looked it up, and then I denied it.
Oh, I see. All right, that's our overtime segment. You'll get a bunch of Padre talk there. Aztecs win last night over the Lamar Cardinals.
The one time I pick against them in terms of the spread.
Oh, you picked the spread. Huh?
Yeah, they got me.
89-71. I watched the first half. Didn't make it stay awake for the second half. I watched when I got home, and I was a little tired from the travel. But all I saw was Lamar jacking up 3-pointers. That was all they did. And I look at it here. They took 35 threes.
Yeah, they did.
And only took 23 2-point shots. And most of those were in the second half, because in the first half, they were only standing outside the arc. And, I thought the Aztecs did a pretty good job overall. It was good to see Guath, get into double figures, get 6 rebounds. He's starting to find his way. Miles Bird needed a good game, and he had one.
Yeah.
BJ Davis is becoming a weapon here, Tony.
Last 2 games, he's been real good.
Yeah. So, overall, we're starting to see some signs. Of course, we'll find out more with Arizona
lurking
in the near future. They may not be able to beat Arizona even if they were at the tip top of their game. That's how good Arizona is.
Yeah,
but anyway, good win for the Aztecs last night. And I did see a little of the Laker game. I don't know how this happened, Tony. I was on the plane.
Tough showing.
American Airlines in-flight entertainment, and it pops up on the phone there that the Laker game they're picking it up. It's on Prime Video, but I'm watching it. So I'm like, this is really kind of nice. I didn't think I'd get to see a Laker game. At the end of the third quarter, that was it.
You're done.
They didn't give me the fourth quarter. So
wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Did you land or something?
No, we were far from.
So they put you behind a paywall in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, I could not access the game at all.
You gotta pay.
We have become ridiculous in these tier systems.
Oh man!
I mean, it's possible that I pushed the wrong button. You know me.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
But
did you sign out on accident?
No, because I
did. You watch anything else after?
No, I still had to pay, the in-flight service. I watched 30 for 30 on, I think it was the Catholics and Convicts.
Oh, of course.
Miami, Notre Dame.
Required viewing on a plane.
It's always pretty good. But no, so it was still there, and I kept going back to where I had accessed the Laker game, but it was no longer available.
Wow.
That is
so I don't know what happened.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but that was a poor showing by my squad. They didn't play any defense.
And they said that, yeah.
They fouled a lot, which
they don't normally do.
Yeah,
statistically,
they don't do it a lot. But it also exposed the perimeter defense that the Lakers are struggling with right now.
Yeah, you got to get Marcus Smart to try to guard everybody, and that's not going to be easy. I will say this: I do want to talk as we go along at some point about the Thunder, because they are starting to do things that are getting absurd.
Yeah,
now.
they are.
And so we'll have some time for that. But more Gwynn and Chris right around the corner.
Gwynn and Chris on the
is on deck. And Skraby, what do you got on the
Wait
Big
a
Five
second.
there?
I've been gone for a couple days. Skraby's returned to doing the Big Five.
Yes, he made it. He
good.
made another.
All right.
What do you call it? Producer's decision. He moved it back into the
Put it back in
235.
the,
he thought it was a
rotation?
great, perfect day to do it. He said.
No.
No?
Because the first
Monday
2
was
days of the weekend
extenuating
wasn't good.
circumstances.
What were the extenuating circumstances?
Winter meetings, 2-hour show.
Oh,
Big
so
Five
the
gets
extra 30
removed.
minutes is
reserved for the Padres in the winter meetings.
so next Monday at 2:35.
It's going to be back.
Oh, it'll be back.
Yes, it's not gone from every Monday
So just
show.
the winter meetings takes precedent over.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is a new
That's not
producer
new.
decision. Yes, it is.
That is not new.
We have never done that before. I remember there
You
was
guys have some of the worst
No.
memories out of anybody I know.
I remember there was a time where you used to fight Chris and I if we wanted to move the Big Five anywhere.
It was grown.
It was a big problem. Now you just move it willy-nilly.
We are already okay. Here's how my mind works. Where the usual time for Big Five is 4:35.
Correct.
On Mondays and Thursdays, we end before 4:35.
And
so we're already moving it regardless.
Whose wonderful idea was it to be like, you know what? We're moving it from 4:30 since we're not going to be there. We're going to move it to 2:30. Who thought of that?
I honestly don't know.
It was you.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that we've already moved. We already had to move it because it wasn't going to be on the show.
So now I could just bounce around whenever.
On Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay.
I would never put the Big Five somewhere else on a full day.
Okay.
That would be insane.
You're the producer, so
Producer discretion
yeah,
over here.
I guess so. Let's get to the Big Five after some traffic. Do we have traffic?
No, I didn't even put the things in there because it's a Thursday. I didn't know it was Big
more
Five
time
day.
off again.
All right, here we go.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only,
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
the Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
The Big Five is brought to you by, well, not the Big Five, but this hour is brought to you by Mission Fed. From first accounts to big life moments, Mission Fed can help. Saving shouldn't be stressful. Mission Fed makes it easier with great rates on savings, certificates, and ultra money market accounts. Grow your money the smart way. Check the latest rates and open an account at missionfed.com. Membership and account criteria apply. All right, let's get into the first one, which is going to be a Padres related. Come on, I hit the button 3 times.
Number 5.
Jeez. AJ Preller and his extension talks are still
Does everybody
ongoing.
out there feel better that your life isn't as problematic as his? Oh, the button won't. Oh no! Oh no! It's one catastrophe after another.
Wait, hold up, real quick, Chris. You're gonna have to. You just morphed your voice into the Skraby idea of your voice when you just
That is
did
okay. That is true.
You just
That
did
is
it.
true. That is true.
So be careful. I just wanted to point that out.
Have you ever had a life as hard as this guy's? Yeah, I'm on live radio, Chris. When the button doesn't fire and I'm sitting over here jumping rope, trying to figure out how to get to the button, I got to tell people what's happening.
Oh man,
We are weird today as a group.
sorry.
AJ Preller and his extension talks are still ongoing, and with no other GM jobs open, he doesn't have anywhere to go, so he's going to stay here. However, if he isn't extended at a certain point, I'm wondering if he will really consider leaving the Padres. So, like, say, trade deadline next year, no extension. I would think maybe his mind is like, I got to go elsewhere. So, Tony, do you think a team would fire their current GM to hire AJ Preller if he became available?
Yes. I don't think they would preference it like that. Like,
No.
hey man, we're gonna get you out of here and we're gonna bring in Preller behind you. I don't think that would happen.
No, it wouldn't be like that.
I definitely think that there would be there would be a team or two that would have no problem replacing their current general manager.
So you're saying you think that around the league he is
Coveted.
that well respected?
I think the work speaks for itself.
They're also like, he can make anything out of $180 million.
There's some Padre fans out there, that we know that
I don't get
disagree
them.
with you guys.
Yeah, a lot of them didn't like Juan Soto either.
Yeah, they don't. Who in this city doesn't like Juan Soto?
There's quite a bit.
Well, anyway.
It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit.
He sounds like this. Anyway,
we digress.
But yeah, your answer to this question
I think yes.
Chris, do you think a team would remove their current GM to hire AJ Preller if he became available?
It's going to be hard to do, but I think if there would be, he'd have a job pretty quickly. I'll leave it at that.
And he's not taking a step back, right? There's no like going from GM to
listen in the scenario in which the Padres don't bring him back, and there may not be any job openings at that particular moment. But I tell you what, the only thing worse than being fired and having AJ replace you is to have him be hired as like the special assistant.
Oh yeah.
To like any of that, like having him lurking.
You got someone over your shoulder the entire time.
It would seem like that would be worse in so many ways.
I was gonna say Rangers, but Chris Young's there. He's not.
He already worked for the Rangers anyway.
That's true. All right. Well,
hopefully we don't get to that.
Yeah. That was all hypothetical.
Number 4.
After Notre Dame's controversial CFP exclusion, a spring memorandum reported by Yahoo Sports' Ross Dellinger effectively guarantees the Irish a playoff spot if they rank in the top 12 next year, top 13 if the field does expand to 14. However, Yahoo Sports' Dan Wolken reports that other athletic directors are now, quote, threatening to freeze Notre Dame out of future schedules, end quote, in response, though Wolken noted that they may not follow through since Notre Dame is a major draw for TV and attendance. So, Chris, was this the opening everyone needed to turn their back on Notre Dame? Because it seems like a lot of people are loving this.
Well, yeah, we're celebrating Notre Dame's, crying Irish behavior. We're all loving this. We're loving to see them, whine and complain because basically college football has, existed, to support Notre Dame football for 100 years. Their behavior's been awful. I don't think anybody thinks any differently of that unless you're a hardcore Irish fan. I would love it if a team out there, any team, would say, yeah, we're turning down our game against Notre Dame to try to send a message that we don't like the fact that they're behaving above the system or getting preferential treatment. But I don't know a single school that will pull it off. There is no way. J.D. Wickers is legit to me, in terms of his honesty as they come. But if the Aztecs could play Notre Dame, they'd play them.
Oh yeah, no, but for the Aztecs, this would be a good thing.
But I think that's anybody. Notre Dame is a draw for any team. Michigan, Alabama, Notre Dame is a bigger, so I don't think anyone will actually do it.
Notre Dame.
I'm still taken aback by the whole memorandum that they are changing it so that is that wild to anybody else?
They're guaranteeing a playoff spot if they're in the top 12 next year.
It's totally who agreed to that.
It's already what it is for the other conferences, SEC, but to have that piece put in there, that just feels wrong in all kinds of ways. But
I never thought I'd say this because I'm always on the side of the Aztecs having some hope, but making peace with myself to the extent that unless we are able to go 12-0 every season, we're never going.
Right.
Maybe we just ought to stop the charade and put the top 12 teams
I
hate to say it. I'm rooting for James Madison and Tulane too, but
I heard Klatt say that the other day.
Chance to win this game.
I heard Klatt say that the other day. Like it's at some point, it's still good football without the big dogs in there.
But we're missing. We have two games that really, unless there's something crazy happens, are not going to really be worth watching.
Listen, they are afraid of lawsuits, and that's why they're doing it. Otherwise, they would have been went away and did their own thing.
Yeah.
So this isn't going to help that particular conversation. I hope James Madison goes out there. They prove me wrong.
I'd love it.
I hope they both do.
Right.
But I just have a feeling it's not going to work out.
It reminds me of the year Liberty got in, and there was a big deal, and then they got crushed. Crushed.
To answer this one, yes, I think this was the opening that everybody was looking for.
They're like, wow.
I think many people have had their feelings about Notre Dame for whatever reason, whether it's because they've been able to maintain this independency, kind of pick and choose. It seems like everybody is just rolling in the mud right now, enjoying this.
But the bottom line, do you think that if a team, if they have a chance to play Notre Dame, they would turn it down?
I don't think they would turn it down. I think they might. I don't even know if they would even pretend to turn it down. I think they would be scared they'd lose out on the opportunity.
Yeah.
All right.
Money talks.
It does.
Number 3.
Can you guys believe that the replay system in the NFL has been around for 26 years at this point?
They still haven't got it sorted out.
Well, here we go. The scope of reviewable plays over the years has steadily expanded, but now they're going to try and expand it to more. So here are some of the things they're considering adding to the replays, as reported by Rob Mattey of the Associated Press. Crackback blocks, low blocks / clipping, blindside blocks, intentional grounding, and it's not between the tackles. It's if there was a receiver in the area. And then illegal formation on kickoffs, determine feet on the ground when the ball is touched. So, because I've been hearing about the kickoff this year with the dynamic kickoff, guys are moving too early. So they're trying to do something about that. But Tony, are these needed, or which ones are needed?
Intentional grounding is definitely needed. I think they have a hard time with
that. But
that.
it's only one aspect of it. From what I'm reading, it's only to determine where a receiver is on the field, not if they're in the tackle box.
I don't know that they need to have the tackle box one is pretty easy to determine. It's the receiver in the area down the field that I think is a harder one for them to get. The blocking ones, I mean, yeah, sure, you could probably do that one
That's just
every
to clean
play,
up the game.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
if you're going to review every block,
right,
we're never going to get a play even, a clean play.
I'm not so sure about the blocking it because it happens every down.
Yeah.
But certainly the intentional grounding one I could see. I've seen them miss that one a few times. I think that's the one that they probably could use.
Chris, what about you?
I've finally gone over to the dark side. Just review everything. Why even have anything you can't review? You have the technology to review it now, but you have to limit it in some way. We can't have a 4-hour game because every play is reviewed.
Yeah.
So, and that's what basketball better be careful of. Some of these fourth quarters in NBA games are getting absurd now because every play, coach has a challenge.
The last minute of an NBA game,
right?
It's always been that, by the way.
But it's
now you
worse.
add the challenge element.
Yeah, it's getting lengthy, and coaches are challenging stuff just because maybe the ball did trickle off the guy's arm. They don't even know. So I don't like the delays, but it's time, and we have the ability to do it. Baseball too, right?
What are you going to add to baseball?
Just whatever you can challenge. Whatever's a decision made by the umpire you should be able to challenge.
Can you think of anything right now that you can't challenge?
There's several things, and I can't think of them. I know Jesse can because he loves this stuff, but there's stuff that you can't challenge.
You can't challenge.
Like, why?
You can't challenge the ball down the line if it hit in front of the bag.
Okay,
you can challenge it when it's beyond the bag, but you can't challenge it in front.
Yeah, we have the ability to look at all of that now. Anyway,
it says you can't challenge fan interference, but there was a pretty famous Xander Bogaerts home run that was taken off the board because of fan interference. So
I don't think that was challenged though.
Was it
the
official challenge?
Officials can do that type of challenge,
but a coach or manager cannot.
I don't think you can be like, "Hey, we want to challenge the fan interference."
Okay.
Has anybody noticed in the NFL? There's a lot of times now where there's a play that is called one way, we see the replay right away, and then they go back to the ref and they change the call before they ever even look at replay. That's because they have a guy up there now that can wire down and say, hey, he was out of bounds.
100%.
It's moved the game along really well.
Yeah.
So I believe
replay assist is what they call it.
Yes. So keep using that.
Yeah, Tony, they go to their Morse code machine and go.
Well, the first thing they look at is, are the Chiefs playing?
Oh,
Yeah,
no, the Chiefs are
Not this year.
You know what? I'm enjoying sad Travis Kelce talking about how hard this year has been.
You would enjoy that.
I like Travis Kelce, but the Chiefs have been just so good for so long.
And you just can't. I've had enough of them being good.
Yes, he has.
I definitely have.
Number 2.
Yes, he has.
You know who is unhappy that Phillip Rivers, the grandpa, got a call before he did?
Cam
Newton.
Yeah.
He's not happy. Here he is
By
on
the
his
way,
podcast talking. Go ahead.
Real quick, you can indeed challenge spectator interference.
That's what I was thinking. So I don't know why
especially
it says
on a
that.
potential home run or boundary play, but it is often handled by a crew chief review
yes.
initiated by umpires, not always by a manager's challenge.
Yeah,
But you
that's
can.
what I thought. So this website, I'm gonna.
Get rid of that
X
website
you.
because I was like, maybe I think you can.
That's what I thought. I was like, it happened last year. How does this anyway? Cam Newton, back to him. He was upset about this, and he went to his podcast and kind of here's what he said in a nutshell.
Andy, if they call.
Hell yeah. It's almost like a slap in my face, bro.
All the things that you're doing in media, do you come off like you're available?
He looks at the camera like, what?
Well, state the case then, bro.
Did Phillip Rivers send any type of signs that he was available? Why you asking me to do something that everybody else didn't do?
Okay, all right. This is more of a skit than it
Yeah,
is.
he wasn't really bad. I watched it.
But I can understand why he's a little frustrated with this. He's closer to his playing career than Phillip Rivers is. Phillip Rivers did not signal that he wanted to play football again. I also heard an interesting thing. If he does take a snap in a game this year, his Hall of Fame starts over. So you have to wait an extra 5 years. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Chris.
Yeah.
Does Cam Newton have a right to be upset?
I guess. To me, he has a right to be upset, and it's fun for him to be upset because he knows they're not going to change their mind and bring him in.
Right.
So it's easy for him to sit there. I'm looking at, just for fun, Phillip Rivers last season in 2020, he went 11-5 for the Colts. All right. Cam Newton's last season, 2021 with the Panthers, he was 0-5. I know it's a 1-year difference. Phillip Rivers was still playing at a really high level when he checked out. I mean, he had a really good year for, 39? I'm kind of rooting for Phillip. I don't know if you guys ever really got a chance to talk to him a lot when he was here. He really is one of the great guys. I've always been a big Phillip Rivers fan. I love the way he competes on the field. I love the way he says "damn gummit," and I hope I'd love to see him.
He says "dad gummit" because he doesn't say
right. I hope he goes out there and performs well. I don't think it's gonna. I don't want to. He's playing Seattle, which is a tough.
It's a really bad. That's a really bad
right
first game back.
Yeah, right. But we'll see.
Tony, does he have a right to be upset, Cam Newton?
Yeah, sure. I think he has a right to be upset, but as Chris I think perfectly pointed out, he could do this. This is where his lane is right now, and so it makes sense for him to have this conversation. And quite frankly, I could see him feeling some type of way. Phillip has not been involved other than coaching high school, and based on shape. Cam looked like he's still in pretty good shape versus what I saw from Phillip yesterday. But I too am rooting for Phillip Rivers, man. I was extremely happy when I saw this because I get to see this slinging arm kind of action again.
Doesn't he? Yeah.
But I am afraid though that it could turn out disastrous in this game.
So is his wife.
I'm sure.
Yeah, his wife. Sure. He said that his wife is not so sure about this.
Yeah, I hope it works out. I hope he does. I hope he comes back and ball. I hope he wins his first Super Bowl this way. Honestly,
wouldn't that be something?
That would be a great story. But I'm afraid that it could go
sideways.
Sideways. Cattywampus is what I wanted to say.
Yeah. The Colts keep saying that they haven't decided who's playing.
It's him.
But they don't even have another option, really.
I know the guy who replaced
Leonard.
Yeah, I know Leonard.
He was a participant in practice.
He was starting to recover
he
from
didn't
his
look
knee.
too bad, too.
So
in his
Phillip Rivers will look better than him.
I
I
don't
really
know.
think he
That's
will.
fair.
I think he will.
I want to believe that, but I am.
You know what Kyle
doubt.
Shanahan said about, because they had considered bringing in Philip Rivers if Brock Purdy was out for the year, all this other stuff, or I don't know how much they considered it, but he said basically the arm never really goes. It's like the decision making and it's getting away from people. But as Philip Rivers said, I never ran away from anyone anyway. So
Not too often.
we do have a number one.
Let's carry it over.
It's a situation I found myself in earlier today.
Oh, you know I love these.
Yes.
So
And it's always at 7-Eleven.
back at your favorite spot.
Yes. So we'll do that, and then we'll do the Daily Gambit when we get back here on 97.3 The Fan.
resumes on 97.3 The Fan. Something a little serious before we get into this hour. Last year, or 2023?
Last year was 2024.
I know, but this says in 2023. Anyway, 1,355 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes throughout California. Listen to that number again before you grab something to drink. Are you kidding? 1,355 people just in California. Driving under the influence of anything is dangerous, illegal, and obviously has serious consequences. Don't be the I in DUI. Go safely. California, especially with the holidays coming up. All right, we get into hour number 2 here. Chris, Tony, Skraby. Quick note before we get to Skraby's number 1. When you're on a plane, you have a lot of time to watch stuff, but I'm really glad because I don't think I otherwise would have watched the 30 for 30 documentary on Stuart Scott. But I did watch
Booyah is what it was called.
Yes, it was. And I did watch it. He's the former ESPN host who passed from cancer in 2014. It's been over 10 years now. This guy had a pretty good impact doing what he did. A lot of athletes really respected what Stuart Scott did for their careers. But it's a really wonderful story of how a man lived his life under, really tragic circumstances. The last 7 years he lived with cancer, and how he went about dealing with it is very inspiring. So I highly recommend that show to anybody out there. 30 for 30 called Booyah on Stuart Scott.
Speaking of cancer, unfortunately, we're going to have John from KSON come in here next segment and talk about the St. Jude telethon that they're doing every single year, and they raise a ton of money for kids in need. So we'll talk to him.
It's that kind of year. It's that time of year when you, if you don't already, should think about donating to these kinds of research programs. And doing what you can to help.
Absolutely.
All right, go for Skraby.
All right.
Now give us something lighter
This
fare.
is definitely lighter. It depends. At the moment I was a little bit upset with this whole thing, but you guys know I love my local Stevia Levy, and I'm calling it that now.
Is it the one up here?
It's funny.
This is the one.
Okay.
I was looking at
7-Eleven.
this earlier, and I was like, "What is he trying to say?"
Stevia Levy.
Stevia.
Yeah.
You couldn't just put the regular 7-11. You couldn't.
No, because the 7
backspace
says 7. It doesn't say Sevi. There was like 8 people deep in the line. Now Chris knows that
What
this
time was
place
this?
gets backed up. This was like 12:30.
Oh yeah, that's at prime action time.
This
at
is
that
prime
7-Eleven.
action
People got to
time.
have their hot dogs, their pizza,
That's
their chicken wings.
right. That's right.
I mean, it's incredible how many lunches 7-Eleven sells over there.
Hey, yeah, lotto tickets too. It's amazing how many times I get
yes.
stuck
A lotto
behind the
ticket
lotto
day.
person.
Yeah, that's a bad
I'm
day.
so sorry, everybody in line. I just don't know which scratcher I want right
And
now.
I got stuck I got stuck behind that lady the other day.
I'm the office person. I have to buy 307 tickets, and I'm going to count them all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was in this specific 7-Eleven, I think the employees are very nice employees. They're very nice. I don't know if they're the quickest employees in the world.
You got to get the lady in there who runs the place. Her name is Chat.
Yeah, she's quick.
great.
Yeah, she goes fast.
She is the best.
Yeah, the crew in the middle of the
My
day.
other guy though.
The other guy
He
is a little
spaces out
slower.
sometimes.
The other
He
guy's a
spaces
little,
out, but he's always
yeah.
really nice.
He is nice, but you want to get in Chat's line if at all possible.
Well, Chat's line? Is that her name?
Yeah, she goes by Chat.
I did not know that. Okay.
Say hello.
I'm
to
going to call
next
her
time.
Chat next time.
Say hello
She's
to
going to be
her.
like, who told you that?
No, she has a name tag on, so you should be fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should look at the name tag.
It helps.
All right. So anyway, there was 8 people deep in line and only one employee ringing stuff up. It was not Chat ringing it up at the time. After about 2 minutes, another employee came to help. That was Chat. Chat did come to help. I was second in line when the new employee opened up and called the customer. So after that happened, I was now next in line.
Okay.
So you know how the registers, people line up next to the hot dogs and stuff? If you're in line, you line up in front of the hot dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So we're all lined up there. someone from in the line went and lined up behind the other person at the other station and skipped the entire line. So when they called next on his station, this dude steps right up because he was behind the person on the left side.
He made a second line. He made
it on his own.
Uh-huh.
So when this person, the second cash register opened up, he thought that was his opportunity to make another line when it wasn't like that. So when it was said next, I started taking my steps up there, and we looked at each other, and he did the whole thing like, "Oh, are you in line?"
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, what are you, an idiot? Sorry.
Wait, what did he ask?
Are you in line? Like, what are you? You got to be. I know he was asking because he was trying to play surprise, but you're a dummy. You're a dummy.
I love when they try to play surprise.
Are you in line?
So what?
Am I stepping in front of you?
My question.
How horrible of me to do that.
Just like doing the dance too, and I did not have
what the hope is, I think, on that party's part.
Oh, you go ahead.
They were hoping that he'd be like, no, go ahead. No. But they didn't know they were running into Matthew Skraby.
Nah. Yeah. I said, and when he said that, I was like, I wasn't. I said,
yeah, there's a lot of people who would say that, but not this person.
I got a little frustrated because it was already at that point been a crazy day. I went to my other job and I was trying to get here and set up and everything. And so I said, yeah, I go, I'm next in line. And I stepped in front of him.
Sure you did.
And so guess what he did? He tried to get in front of the line. And the person in front of the line was like, hey, it's back there.
Back.
So
that's great.
My question, and Tony's up first. What are the line rules when one register is open and then another opens?
Right. I think it what should happen is if the one line is open. Usually what happens when the new register opens, someone from the new register says, next in line,
They
please.
have to control it. That's their job to control who's next.
They have to control it, but the people in line got to control it too.
The guy that works with chat is going to control the line?
He seems like a guy who would be like, no, I'm sorry, that person was not next.
He's not going to.
I think
you have to handle it yourself.
I think you got to handle it yourself.
Yeah.
Here's what I do think. Since 2020, employees everywhere have been brutalized by all of us.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? I think they've all bowed out. Like, you know what? I'm not trying to fix it.
Yes, because if you try to get involved,
you know
then you will get in trouble.
Exactly. So I think in this particular case, you handled it yourself. You handled it the right way, Scrape. I thought if my man tried to play oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were like, yeah, you could have been nice. You could have been like, yeah, I'm in line. I mean, it actually kind of starts back here. I don't know if you saw it, but
I was already seeing you because I knew what the guy was doing when he went and lined up there. I knew we were about to have a fight because they were chatting. Her customer
was ready for the fight too.
We're wrapping up, or the other guy was wrapping up, and so I knew that I was going to that guy.
Just imagine if you weren't next, you were third, and the other person in front of you didn't have the
gumption,
the gumption to step in. You would have been furious.
Yeah.
Would you have said something from the third spot?
No, not from the third spot. I don't really have anywhere to argue on the third spot. Now, next spot.
Of course you do. You're in line too.
Yeah, but the third spot is a little different than the next up.
Next up, you were ready to take charge, weren't you?
Yeah. And this idiot. Oh, I didn't see you in line. What do you think all these people are standing here doing? Just staring at the hot dogs? What are we doing over here?
There's a lot of choices of the hot dogs.
He tried to pull a quick one on you, man.
There's like cheese-filled hot dogs. There's like taquitos and stuff like that. Like
all heartburn. Waiting for you.
Chris, what is your line rule when one register is open and then another does open up?
Well, I think you have to, wait your turn. I mean, yeah. I think it's kind of like when one lane merges into two or two lanes merge into one, you go one at a time.
Yes.
Like
zipper.
One guy goes to
like
that line, zipper to that line. That would be my rule. Yes.
Okay. So
I will say this. I get pretty angry at people that feign ignorance when they step right in front of the line.
Oh my God, gee, did I step in front of you?
I had no idea.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
All right. We wasted the entire Daily Gambit segment, so we might have to move that later. We might have to ditch it. Producer's decision, guys.
I can do the picks really quick. Let's go. Tampa Bay -5.5. Falcons. Tonight's big game.
Tampa Bay -5.5.
This is the last chance for Tampa Bay. Like they're blowing their season. They got to beat Atlanta. I'll take Tampa Bay. Tony, 5.5.
Where are we doing?
At Tampa Bay. Who
Give
you
me Tampa.
picking?
Give me Tampa.
You're going
got
Tampa Bay as well.
Yeah, Tampa.
Anybody for Adam Klug?
No, Tampa has to win.
Baker minus 15 yards against Kirk Cousins. Tony. Baker minus 15.
Is Drake London playing?
No.
Oh,
Evans, yes.
Oh, Evans, yeah. Give me Tampa.
Oh, Evans is
The
back.
big gang is back
You're
now.
going Baker minus 15. Skraby?
Yeah, I'll go Baker.
Again, agreed. Baker, this is it. He has been slumping. Baker just showed up to the game. They showed him walking in jeans and an oversized sweatshirt. Good look for a franchise quarterback, or do you care?
What, sweatshirt?
No, when you're coming into the stadium, should you be dressed up a little
Who
bit if you're
cares?
that?
We're
I don't
going
know.
to play
I'm
a
asking.
football game.
I'm just asking.
Tony,
Anything, Tony?
care about how they show up to the stadium and what they're wearing?
I don't know if you have to have an Armani suit, but I thought kind of
Is it a home game for Tampa?
Yeah, home game.
Oh yeah, no, home. You get to dress
Whatever you want.
when you're on the road.
Okay,
that's
you
when you
do,
gotta
yeah,
you
okay.
gotta dress a little
Okay.
bit snazzier.
Fair enough. Bijan Robinson, 116.5 rushing plus receiving. Skraby, kind of been over under that all year, 50-50, I'd say.
Is it 117 and a half?
116.5 if it matters.
Tampa's defense is struggling. I'm going to go over.
Over. Bijan did nothing last week, so he's probably going to go over this week. Tony.
Over.
Over. Rockets 9.5 over the clip joint.
That's the clip joint.
That's what they were called for a while there.
Flip the two words and you have a whole different meaning.
I'll take the clips.
I'm taking
Clippers
Houston.
for me. Houston for you.
Houston -9. I'll go Clips.
Clips. Avs 1.5 over the Panthers. You got the 21-2 Avs against the two-time defending Stanley Cup champs. Good game in hockey tonight. Tony. Avs are at home, -1.5.
Give me the Avs.
Avs. Scrabe.
I got to go with my Avs.
I'm going to take Panthers. I think they get fired up for this game, defending their title. Peyton Pritchard or Derek White, both of the Celtics. Who makes more threes tonight at Milwaukee? Peyton Pritchard or Derek White? Scraby.
I'll go with Derek White.
Derek White went to Legends High School in Denver.
That's why I know who he is,
My
because
niece
we've talked
went
about
there.
him.
I'll
So
also take Derek.
I'll go
I'll
on
go
Derek White. Okay. Let's move on, Scrabe. We got Mr. John Flint. The Hall of Fame candidate.
Yes.
From our sister station, KSON. They got their big St. Jude telethon. It is the season. You need to know how you can help. We'll talk some sports with him, too, because the fantasy football playoffs are getting underway this weekend. So that's all coming up after traffic.
From the 855 Get Rock.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife, Audrey, on board with this? How long did it take you to get her in this direction?
It took a while. It's probably taken years, but I don't know. We were on the same page for a long time. For a long time we thought there's no way this is possible, with our family and be able to move them across country and take them out of school and all that kind of stuff. But we talked to enough people. We got to thank the Melancons. They kind of gave us the blueprint of how they've moved their kids from Florida to Arizona to San Diego, and we're going to follow that plan. And once we decided that, it was like, I talked about it a little. There was some peace that came over both of us to be able to say yes to this decision, because we knew it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hard to say no to, being the manager of Padres with a team like we've got.
Obviously, when you decided to retire in the 23, family's probably at the forefront of your mind. You've missed a lot of time with your kids and your wife. And now to fast forward to this point here, you're sitting in meetings at this point, interviewing candidates, and then however long later, what was the timeline in between you interviewing guys or candidates and then all of a sudden having your name in the hat?
Yeah. Man, just to think about what my mind was thinking about 3 weeks ago was completely different than what it is now. Obviously I'm part of the organization and wanted to find the best manager for the Padres. And so I was in on some Zoom calls, to start that process. And then we and I were just having conversations about who we thought were great candidates and how we ranked them. And we got done talking about it, and he goes, well, I think I got you at the top of the list. And
he just dropped that on you.
Yeah, he just dropped that on me. And, it's a little bit of a shock, when someone, like AJ believes in you that much. And it pushed Audrey and I to actually think about this. And, is this something that we would like to pursue? If we got that much belief from the organization, we've got to make an informed decision. Yeah. And so then after that, we spent a lot of time, like I said, praying and fasting and thinking about this and how trying to map out the schedule and work it out with our family. And once we came to the conclusion we're taking everybody with us, then we felt pretty good about it. And we're able to say, if you're willing to offer the job to us, we'll say yes.
13 years as a reliever. You spent 6 here as a Padre. How has that shaped your viewpoint and how the type of manager you'll be?
Yeah, I think one quality I have is a little bit of loyalty, and I was lucky in my career. I only really played for 2 organizations. I played 1 year with the Guardians in the middle, but not in the big leagues. But most of my career started with Washington, and then it ended with San Diego, and I feel very connected to this organization. I feel like it is family. They've treated me like family. And so, being a part of this and being in this role is something that's very exciting, and I'm up for the challenge.
Now, you had to get it out the mud, so to speak, right? You weren't a high round draft pick. You're a guy who had to kind of grind. That's the word we often use around this game. How is that, or what kind of lessons from those type of situations are you going to be able to take into your managerial role?
Yeah, maybe it's like people doubting you a little bit or not saying you're quite good enough. And there's probably some people thinking that as me as the manager. But it's also exciting to prove people who I really am and what I stand for, and maybe do it a little bit different than everybody expects. But those challenges as a player, they were so enjoyable.
Yeah.
You've done it before. It's fun to try to get the most out of your talent. And as soon as I took this job, that feeling of what I was as a player, when's my next workout? When's my next throwing session? Right. That constant thought, that feeling, that little nervousness, that little excitement came back right away. And it was I definitely missed that. Now, did I enjoy the 2 years in between? Yeah, I did. I got a lot, my handicap went down and all that kind of stuff. But, this challenge has gotten that excitement back, that feeling back of I'm in the hunt with the boys, and I'm ready to grind it out and make something special happen.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife, Audrey, on board with this? How long did it take you to get her in this direction?
It took a while. It's probably taken years, but I don't know. We were on the same page for a long time. For a long time we thought there's no way this is possible, with our family and be able to move them across country and take them out of school and all that kind of stuff. But we talked to enough people. We got to thank the Melancons. They kind of gave us the blueprint of how they've moved their kids from Florida to Arizona to San Diego, and we're going to follow that plan. And once we decided that, it was I talked about it a little. There was some peace that came over both of us to be able to say yes to this decision, because we knew it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hard to say no to being the manager of Padres with a team like we've got.
Obviously, when you decided to retire in the 23. Family's probably at the forefront of your mind. You've missed a lot of time with your kids and your wife. And now to fast forward to this point here, you're sitting in meetings at this point, interviewing candidates. And then, however long later, what was the timeline in between you interviewing guys or candidates and then all of a sudden having your name in the hat?
Yeah. Man, just to think about what my mind was thinking about 3 weeks ago was completely different than what it is now. Obviously I'm part of the organization and wanted to find the best manager for the Padres. And so I was in on some Zoom calls, to start that process. And then we and I were just having conversations about who we thought were great candidates and how we ranked.
Flint from John and Tammy here to join us. We hear their voices in the morning. We're going to talk about St. Jude's, the kids' radiothon you guys got going. But, there are some other business to talk about here.
As important as that radiothon may seem.
Right. You have walked into a space in which we all are competing. Well, so let me rephrase that. I'm no longer competing. You three are left in our fantasy football playoff.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't give myself that same billing tomorrow if I come in to talk, because tonight I have no choice but to start Godwin, and I hate Thursday night football games.
Me too.
Especially in the fantasy playoffs. If I go into this weekend with a gooser or even like 2 or 3 points,
you're playing uphill at that point.
I'm playing that punk Brady. and
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I'm playing that punk Brady. And what's worse?
Okay, there we go.
What's worse? He must have used some of that Cathedral Catholic money to tip off the guys over at our website, because he's got
all the check marks.
They've got me. He's crushing me.
They think he's going to beat you by like 35 points.
The score, if you know what I'm talking about, they project the
crazy.
score.
Yeah.
And it says on Braden's side like 150, and mine don't show up.
Yeah,
It don't even
I
show
don't
up
get
at
it,
all.
because you have a better team than that,
well,
and
thank
I
you.
think you're going to be right there. But
We'll see.
we'll see. And if you win, that your motivation is that I'm waiting for you in the semifinals, and you can get some payback for last week.
Well, man, I gave you a little bit of a
Speaking
stress
of
test.
Speaking of the devil, there he is. He's walking in
Mr.
with his
Godwin Jr. That's a
Chris
good sign.
Godwin.
That's
He's
a
wearing a
good
Milwaukee
sign.
Bucks jersey as he comes into the stadium.
It must be
tonight.
warm in Tampa right now.
Look at him. He just looked over at the camera. He said, "I got you, John."
I love that. Well, I did call a team meeting earlier. And he
Okay,
was very
good.
receptive.
He's ready.
Then.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So,
Well, good luck to you, man.
Let's talk about what you came in here for,
guys. First of all, thank you for this. I love your guys' show. I'm a huge fan of the fan, and I'm not saying that 'cause I work down the hall from you guys. I'm a P1 of you guys, and I know that there are so many listeners that don't even know who I am, and I don't even care about that. I've been hosting a morning show at KSON here for 15 years, and for every 15 years, Tam and I have been hosting the KSON Country Cares for St. Jude Kids Radiothon. It's our 15th. Together as a team, it's almost our 26th. And KSON, this is something that you should be proud of as a San Diego radio listener. KSON was the first station in America to start a KSON radiothon. The St. Jude Country Cares Radiothon is now the biggest fundraiser that St. Jude does. And if you think about how much St. Jude depends on money to survive and to get these protocols out freely and share them around the world, that's a tremendous statement that we're the biggest charity or the biggest fundraiser they do all year. And that is where you come in. All it takes is a minute. 800-779-5121. 800-779-5121. Less than $5 a week, and you can be a partner in hope. $19 a month. That's the Toyota Partner in Hope hotline. 800-779-5121. Anybody that's ever been in the hospital, had a kid in the hospital, it's almost inconceivable to think about the fact that no one's ever charged a dime for every treatment. But it's beyond treatment. It's transportation. It is where you're going to sleep, where you're going to live, what you're going to eat. You take care of your kid is the motto of St. Jude. We'll handle everything else. And that's, again, my daughter, when she was born, I'm not comparing this at all to a child with cancer or a catastrophic disease, but she was born with a complete cleft lip and palate. She needed many facial cranial surgeries. After the two, she had her first at 3 months old, her second at a year old, to close her palate first and then to close her lip. Well, after that, insurance companies decided every other surgery was elective, even though you can't do it all at once because you have to have a little baby's face grow.
Right.
So her later ones in life, insurance didn't cover me. I got a bill for 6 figures, and it almost financially destroyed me. It did for quite a long time. It pretty much destroyed my marriage. The point is this. All that stress of how am I going to handle this? What am I going to do about work, the bills, my other family, my wife, my husband? It's all gone. The only thing St. Jude wants you to do is take care of your sick child and be there for them so they can help save their lives. And they are saving lives. What were death sentences in the 60s as far as childhood cancers are now 90% plus survival rates because of what St. Jude is doing. And what you guys might not know, and this is a very good question, is, well, why would we support St. Jude when we've got a perfectly awesome children's hospital here in Rady? And that is exactly true. But right now at St. Jude in Memphis, there's a small building, which is the hospital. I think there's 70 beds. But behind that hospital is a massive campus. And every light in that campus never goes off. They're always on because they're always working 24/7, 52 weeks a year on developing protocols to help cure these diseases. And then what they do is they share these protocols freely with the world. They don't put up the bid with the highest bidder. It's not given to insurance companies or pharmaceutical. It is given to hospitals that are curing kids and helping save lives, including kids right here in Rady. If you have healthy children, I'm begging you, do it as a thank you. but also, more importantly, do it as an insurance policy. Because I hope and pray that you never, ever have to walk through the doors of St. Jude or any children's hospital with a very sick child. But if you do, you know you got this chip in your back pocket that you became a partner in hope, and right now somebody is working on something that could possibly save your kid's life.
It's pretty huge. You know, there's so many things you can help and contribute to. And I think around the holidays, a lot of people do start to think about it. And maybe not one's better than the other. But the one thing about St. Jude, that because look, you said that KSON, you've been doing this 25 years. I let John in on this.
This is great.
My wife worked at KSON as a promotions person 37 years ago,
awesome.
when they had the first all-night telethon. It was in Grossmont Center. And I was out there freezing my tootsies off, trying to help my wife, you know, pass stuff out. So I've been there almost longer than you, even though you're the guy now.
Thank you, LO family.
So boy, it wasn't just us. Of course, it was all those great people at KSON then. But the point is, you know, you see the results. When you donate to St. Jude and you see a kid who would have otherwise died live a full, healthy, happy life because you helped them, that's a pretty powerful situation.
It's really one of the more remarkable organizations that we have, hospitals that we have.
Number one most trusted charity in America for like 6 straight years. I think over almost 90% of the dollar goes to everything that we're talking about right here. And what you were saying, Chris, you know, we got someone right down the hall, as you guys probably are aware of, that has a son who's alive because of St. Jude, our boss, Michael.
Yeah,
his son had a brain tumor and shouldn't be here right now. And his wife said, I'm going to go save our kid. You stay here and save our house. And that's what they did. They were apart for a year while Michael's wife, Sylvia, and their son, Jacob, stayed in Memphis and got him as well as could possibly be when you're diagnosed with a, you know, catastrophic brain tumor when you're a little baby. Guys, I heard a story today about a mom and dad that woman had a baby, and within 12 hours, that baby was diagnosed with terminal cancer and sent to St. Jude. Can you even imagine in 12 hours? How many times do you feed your kid in 12 hours? 2, 3 times maybe? Change your kid 3, 4 times? Yeah, but then you're done in 12 hours. They're in a helicopter going to Memphis to get pumped full of poison. Hopefully it'll save their lives. But the better part of that story is when she got there at the worst moment of her life, which should have been the best moment of her life, a doctor looked at her and said, give me a month. I'm going to save your kid. And so far, so good. That kid is still with us because of what you're doing right now. Again, who cares who I am? Who cares where I work? I just want you to call right now, 800-779-5121. And I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna stir the pot. What am I trying to say here? Guys, I'm tired. I've been here all day. I'm gonna make it a little bit maybe easier.
You're just starting, by the way,
know,
pal.
right?
You got a ways to go.
Wait to see me tomorrow. We're gonna make it more worth your while. We know you don't need an incentive to do the right thing, but just in case, if you like the country music that we play at KSON, we got a Partners in Hope thank you show with the guys in Low Cash that our friends at Sequan Casino Resort are putting on as a way of thanking you. It's a private show. And you know what? The first 400 Partners in Hope have been getting a pair of tickets. We're not there yet. Love to give your listeners a pair. If you don't like country, maybe your wife does, maybe your girl does, maybe you'll get some action because of it. All I'm saying is that the first 400 Partners in Hope will
it's
get
lines
tickets.
like that have him as a candidate to go into the Country Radio Hall of Fame, by the way.
Indeed.
or not gotten in
Or
yet.
not get in, yeah.
Also, real quickly, and again, thank you guys so much. You can also text KSON to 785-833. Look, you're texting anyway. You're on your Skraby's doing it right now. Text KSON to 785-833, or even simpler, KSON.com. You cannot miss it.
John, certainly appreciate you coming in and sharing.
I would come spare some time with you tonight, but you're going to be warm and cozy indoors.
Yes.
I like it better when the whole radiothon was outdoors.
That's because you're a real man and I'm kind of a cupcake.
That's right.
Guys, Tony, I thank you for thanking me, but I can't say how much I appreciate you guys giving us your airtime because who cares if you're a sports fan, if you're a country fan, if you're an acid rock fan.
Doesn't matter.
We're all fans of keeping kids alive.
No doubt.
I'm a huge acid rock fan. So
Did I say acid rock?
Yeah, you did.
Good God, was it 1965?
I don't know.
Acid rock.
Let's get to break, John. Thanks, you
guys.
for sharing
Thanks, John.
with
Good
us.
Merry
luck.
Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
We'll give the number
Indeed.
out a couple more times, too, before we're done.
More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
There's Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec baseball
tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well, so. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
We are leaving 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off of a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble, and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us, and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well, so. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
We are leaving 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off of a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel. He wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course, and we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble, and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us, and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec out here at the Aztec baseball tournament. It's the SDSU baseball alumni tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
6 is the time. Chris Hello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Matt Skraby. Have you just heard our segment with John Flint from KSON, St. Jude's radio telethon? Maybe you weren't close somewhere to write down the phone number and you'd like it so that you can find out how you can get involved. Again, 800-779-5121. Help us help them. All right. Got a little potpourri segment here. I want to get into the Oklahoma City Thunder because I'm not a fan. You know this.
No, but they're really good.
But it's hard not to be amazed at what they're doing right now. But before that, Tony, you found a fun website that you seem to be enjoying over there, and I hate to interrupt. You're having a good time.
ESPN Instagram has a post. It's about a 9-picture post. It says, ever go on LinkedIn and wonder what former NFL players are up to? And it's got a list of names that we probably all remember at one time, especially as fantasy guys. Toby Gerhart. He's
a San Diego guy. And went to Stanford.
He went to Stanford.
He
he did go to He is from San Diego.
Yeah.
Senior Director Sales at Emblement in Azeron.
All right. Always wanted to know that.
Mike Glennon. Remember him? Tall.
Is he the neck?
He was the neck. He and Merton Hanks had the longest necks of all time.
Merton Hanks did the funky chicken when he would do something great.
Yeah.
Commercial real estate broker. How's another one? Josh Rosen. Remember, he said that there was a bunch of schools that would regret not taking them. Not much of teams that would regret not taking them.
Yeah. And then everybody who had him regretted it.
He's an MBA candidate at the Wharton School.
That's big time right there.
Yeah, it is. Justin Tuck, Super Bowl winner, I believe. Managing director at Goldman Sachs.
Wow.
Skraby said, why would any of these guys work? They made so much money. I say, yes, they probably made so much money, but what are they supposed to do? Like sit on the couch from the age 37 on?
I totally get it.
It's tough to make that money stretch for as long as you need it to.
Right? No, I totally get that. Totally understand it. Not all of those guys made enough money to survive, but a 9-to-5 job, like who wants to go do a 9-to-5? That's what I'm thinking.
That
like,
is all of our great listeners out there, Skraby, love the 9-to-5.
We have a 9-to-5 job. I have 2 jobs. I'm not saying
I get your point. I get your point.
Like 9-to-5 job isn't a bad thing. That's just
the
a
tough
standard.
part, right? Is that you do got to kind of reacclimate to like normal way of life after the sport is done. Some guys have a hard time with it. Here's my favorite though, and you guys probably heard this, but Jake Plummer,
the snake,
VP, Peace, Love, and Mushrooms.
Yes,
at UMBO.
He's very into the mushrooms.
What is UMBO? Is that a school? Or
no.
I
just
think
a
that's
place
his
you get stoned. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's just a few of the names. Darren Woodson, you remember that name? Here's a good one. Brian Westbrook of the Eagles.
Good running back.
He has a fashion company?
He's official Brian Westbrook, Philadelphia Eagle Hall of Fame philanthropist. Did we talk? Was it you and I talking about angel investors?
Yes.
He's an angel investor. That's in his bio. Villanova University Alumni Board.
Darren Sproles. Does it list? Can you look anybody up, or they just have?
They
people?
just had those guys on there
because we were talking about
Darren Sproles is out there coaching some high school football.
Yeah, we were talking about him the other day.
All right, sorry. Go ahead. I digress.
No, I like that. We're gonna check some traffic.
Brandon says on the chat real quick. I mean, poor Phillip Rivers didn't make enough money so much he had to go back. To work.
Phillip Rivers, quarterback, Indianapolis Colts.
What's the defensive tackle for the Steelers? Hayward was on there. I can't forget who was asking him, but he was like, the first thing I thought was, Phillip has 10 kids. Maybe that insurance ran out, and so now it just restarts all over again.
Oh, I see.
He was joking, but I'm saying like 10 kids. You forget how many kids Phillip had when he.
Yeah, whoever takes on Phillip's family for insurance, they're getting a hefty Hefty payment.
Yes, they are.
All right, traffic, and then Chris has some topics for us.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This report brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Watch out, there's a stall on the 15 right at Adams Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder, and then a crash on the 8 westbound at Mollison Avenue has the right lane blocked. You also have 2 lanes down now, southbound on 163 right at the 8. Delays go all the way back to the 805. Whether you're dashing through San Diego or heading out of town, make sure your car's in the game. Friendly tech at Valvoline Instant Oil Change will check your lights, wipers, tire pressure, battery, and more. With every oil change, grab holiday savings now at SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Sue Wilder with Gwen and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Last night, I was watching a little basketball. I saw the Lakers. They lost to the Spurs. And maybe, Tony, it never is a good thing to lose, but at least they don't have to now go play the Thunder in the semifinals of the NBA Cup. Oklahoma City beat Phoenix. I think it was Phoenix by 49 points last night.
Had my man Grayson Allen all kinds of frustrated.
Can we get this guy out of the league? How many times do you get to punch somebody and get a 1-game suspension?
I will.
Like, enough's enough with this guy.
I'm not a Grayson Allen fan at all, but I will defend him on this. The couple trips down before.
Oh, he got
my man. Who did he?
I don't know.
Forecheck
Somebody,
the tall dude, Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, he forechecked
Chet Holmgren
him.
kind of pushed him down, and then in the process of pushing him down, got fouled and then fell into his knees. So he was quite perturbed.
Oh my God, poor Grayson actually got hit by somebody else.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
He was certainly. I'm glad they ejected. Did he? No,
he's ejected.
No, he did.
Yes,
eject.
he was.
Okay, good.
Yes, he was.
I'm glad
Grayson Allen. I mean, they keep his locker stall warm in the locker room, expecting him to be coming back. I just don't know how many times you can, get away with what he gets away with. And we'll give you're out for a game. We'll see you next game. But anyway, so the Thunder wins by 49, and people are starting to say, look, it's getting serious how good they are. And they're 24-1. They've won 14 in a row.
None of them close either.
And that's the other thing, Tony.
None of them.
First of all, their only loss was at Portland, if you're wondering. So they're 24-1. If they kept up this pace, they would at one point be 72-3 if they kept this going. The Warriors' record of 73 wins is certainly in jeopardy. I don't know that that's a big deal, only because the Warriors didn't win the championship that year. You need to win the championship on top of it. But what Oklahoma City's doing is historic. And they have won, here's my stat, that are not mine. They've played 25 games. In 11 of those games, which is almost half, they at one point in the game have led by 30 points. So they're just annihilating teams.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get ahead by 30. Some teams may not get ahead by 30 all year.
Yeah.
They're ahead by 30 in half the games they've played.
I think they've been up in 25 or more in more games than they've actually trailed the whole season.
Yeah, they've won 17 of their 24 wins by double digits. So they're the first two, you look at their schedule, the first 2 games of the season, they won in double overtime, both games. But since then, it's not even close. And they're just routing everybody. And one other thing that needs to be brought to everybody's attention, because, and I went on a thing about the other day when you were here, Tony, about how blasphemous it is to consider LeBron in the same breath of Michael Jordan. And that's a discussion we can have another time. But I think you can't put anybody in Michael Jordan's league. But what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is doing this year is insanity. And here's how. You know what he's shooting? Field goal percentage. And remember, he takes jumpers. He doesn't get too many layups.
He's a midi range guy.
He's shooting 56% from the field. Michael Jordan's career was 49. So he's way ahead of that. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from 3 this year, 45%. Michael Jordan's best season was 42. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not just scoring 35 points a game, Tony. He's doing it without a lot of volume.
Yeah.
He makes almost every shot he takes.
He's efficient. We'll see if he can keep this up.
Those are extremely high numbers. I don't look at this team and I'm not blown away by them. The reason I'm not is because Indiana took them to 7 games in the final last year. So I still think that they can be had. But the way they're going right now is they're on another planet.
Yeah. Now listen, Sam Presti has put together the perfect roster. Talk about executing all those picks they got from the Clippers.
And they're still getting them.
And they're getting more.
Yeah.
I mean, this team is well constructed. I think there was a lot of questions as they went on the run last year. Were they too young? They pretty much blew that out the water. They had to go through some tough series, but they got it done.
They got it done.
And guess what? Now they don't.
Now they seem like they're just free and easy.
I heard Williams talking about this. Jalen Williams talking about this. He was saying a lot of us remember what it was like getting beat down. He's on my first year with the team. We were solid, but we got beat a lot. And they aren't taking winning for granted. They are enjoying it because a lot of them have been there when it wasn't so enjoyable. And that's how they're playing right now.
They don't seem like they take too many nights off.
No,
because they win by 20. They come right back and win by 30. They come right back and win by 20 again. Like they don't even give you a chance. Yeah. So worth keeping an eye on. Oklahoma City. All right. We got our NFL picks. We'll do it in a little while. Tony, you've got other.
I have another soccer game to get to.
You're going to be idle again then for the rest of the show.
I used that for you yesterday all day.
There was actually someone on the YouTube that said that they would prefer us using idle.
All right. Yeah. Well, Tony will be idle for a little while here. We're going to finish things up. Skraby and I, and we're coming up on football. Atlanta and Tampa Bay is the game. If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. Skraby, if I were to ask you right now, who do you have 1 through 5? Because I think it's hard. 1 through 5, how would you rate the top of the National Football League right now?
Oh.
Who would be, I'm asking you off the cuff to make it even tougher.
Patriots are the last team.
So they'd be 5? They'd be last.
They would be 32.
32. You think the Patriots are the 32nd best team in the league? All right, fine. Let's start there. Who's 31st? No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
That'd take
top
too long.
5. Let me just look through.
Who would be your top 5? The reason I think this is a tough thing to do is because the teams with the best records right now
are
the Patriots, the Broncos, who we keep thinking are a fugazi, the Jaguars are 9-4. The Rams, the Seahawks, Packers, and Bears, and then the Niners. Let's get them in there. Chargers. Those are the teams with 9 wins. But none of those, not none, but very few of those were really expected to be teams with 9 wins. So this is why I'm not sure where you go. Like, who would you say is the best team in football right now? The Lions, a lot of people thought they were, but they're only 8-5.
No, I don't think they're the best. I honestly think the Rams are the best team in football.
The Rams, okay.
Even though they lost a couple weeks ago to the Panthers, Matthew Stafford is great.
At a high level.
Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams has really come on throughout the year. They got Kyron Williams. Their defense is good. I would say the Rams are better than the Seahawks just because of the quarterback situation. Sam Darnold.
That's the concern. Yeah. The Seahawks have a better defense, though, than the Rams, don't they? I mean, the Rams are good, but the Seahawks are dominating people.
They are, but I put the Rams ahead just because Matthew Stafford can get them out of a mess, and I don't know that Sam Darnold could.
Okay. So those would be your top 2, though? Those 2 teams in the same division?
I would go Rams, Seahawks, and then
because you don't believe in the Patriots, but let's just be honest.
They're going to be 5.
They deserve to be in this top 5.
They're going to be 5.
And they can solidify it if they beat the Bills again this weekend.
I will have to eat my words again. They've won 10 in a row. I'll put them at 5. The reason why I don't believe in the Patriots, and I've said this a million times, they haven't played anyone this year. Their strength of schedule is terrible. It's the last in football, meaning they have the easiest schedule.
They've had the easiest schedule, and they got Buffalo and Baltimore the next 2 games. I know Baltimore's down, but those are both at least reasonable challenges for them.
All right, so 1, Rams. 2, Seahawks.
5 Patriots.
3.
Now you need a 3 and a 4.
Broncos. They've also won 10 in a row.
The Broncos 3.
And they've beat some good teams.
But the Broncos win every game on a lucky play somewhere.
Yes, they do. But so did the Chiefs last year.
And look where it got them.
And
all
then
right,
I'll
you
go
have one more. The fourth best?
I'll go Packers.
Packers. All right. I think it's a pretty good list.
What do you think?
I think those are probably the 5. I think the Bears are closer than we think. Here's an issue with the Bears that's fair to bring up. Their point differential, the Bears, is -1. They've been outscored this year.
Yes.
That's rare for a team that's 9-4. By comparison, Buffalo is a +83.
Yes.
I don't know that I can trust Buffalo's defense, but I always can trust Josh Allen. I think they need to be in the discussion. I am not worried about the Colts or the Jaguars, but I would tell you that I think the Texans are closing fast on this top 5.
I looked at
their
this one.
defense is legit. Ask Josh Allen, who was sacked 8 times by them. They've given up 20 points fewer than any other team right now, and their defense is playing better and better. I would be concerned with them, but they still got to get into the playoffs. Right now, they're just the 7 seed. So the Texans are a team I'd be worried about. I still believe a little in the Eagles. I don't know what's wrong. Jalen Hurts' offense, it just has not clicked, but their defense is going to keep them in games. And then I agree with you, the Rams and the Seahawks. The only reason I don't put your 49ers in at 9-4, I know, because they haven't had a tough schedule. But they're going to have a big chance here. They still play Seattle one more time at home at the end.
And they play Tennessee this week.
Yeah, because they've had the last place schedule, which we talked about at the end of last year. It was good for them to finish last.
I believe they're playing is it the AFC South that they're in?
You mean the division-wise? Yeah, I think they got Jacksonville, Houston, Indy, Tennessee.
Yeah, they've all played those teams, and they play the Colts later. So they had to play the Titans due to the schedule of the NFC West.
But that's the only hard one.
And I would say that the 49ers, I didn't put them up there because I have no idea what's going to happen when all of these injuries catch up with them in the playoffs. I have no idea what's going to happen.
The Lions, again, are scary because of what they've done the last 2 years. They're also a +90 in differential, which is 3rd best in the NFC. But there's something amiss with that team also.
Yeah.
They just don't perform the way they have. So I think it's going to be really interesting this year because I think you're going to get a lot of playoff games where the home favored team is the newer team, the inexperienced team. Like the Patriots and the Broncos are going to be home to the likes of the Ravens and the Bills or whoever.
Yeah.
And you're going to look at those other teams and say, well, they've been there before.
Yes.
The same could happen in the NFC because the Packers and the Bears and the Seahawks are all going to be at home for the playoffs. Teams like the Lions, the Eagles, Niners, if they get there, are going to be on the road.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. And I think this is what the NFL wants, and it's what they have. There's no argument. And as a matter of fact, there's no even realistically great team in the NFL.
Not this year. There's no dominant team.
The only thing that, and I'll be honest with you, the Giants are 2-11, but they are pretty much in contention every game. The Titans are 2-11.
They're not.
They're bad. The Raiders are 2-11. They're bad. Arizona's 3-10, but they score some points. I give the Saints some credit for winning 3 games with a team that just doesn't have anything.
Same with the Jets.
Jets have hung in with 3 wins, but they play you a decent game. And the NFL is just good.
Chicago, by the way,
the deal with
they're
that.
playing home on Sunday. It's supposed to be, I just saw in the chat, it's supposed to be a high of 10 degrees with a wind chill of upwards of -20.
Hello, Shador. Welcome to the weather.
That is cold.
That's gonna be tough. All right, tonight it's Falcons and Bucks, which is, for the Bucks, they're tied with of all teams, the Panthers for first place. Chris vs. the Fans is next. Give us a ring, 833-288-0973. You can play and win.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name beaver nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that.
No,
Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name beaver nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have. Here we do go.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr., stepping out here to take care of. Well, he's got he's got to go see his daughter play soccer. He's dad of the year. People think, where is he? He's dad. He's being dad of the year. That's what he's being.
You know what I'll say?
What?
My dad traveled to, or he had to go to work instead of going to my games. So.
Oh, so he wasn't able to leave work early? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
He was actually traveling the United States.
I see.
Yeah.
And he never said, hey, my son Matthew has a Little League game that I need to be at.
I'm just kidding. He did say that. He would go to my games if he could. I'm joking with Tony. He knows that I give him a hard
sound like you're
time
joking.
about
It sounds like he's pretty upset about it, Tony. Anyway, Tony will be back. We're all here tomorrow. Full 4-hour show tomorrow heading into the weekend. And then one more week before the holidays really kick into full gear.
I got to say, every year around this time, I'm like, it's time. I'm ready.
You start
I'm ready
to
for
kind
some
of,
time off.
you start to see the finish line.
Yeah, especially, baseball season goes by like snap of the finger.
It's already time for spring training.
Yeah, basically. When we get back, we will be a month away from spring training, basically.
Yes, we will. And we talk a lot of baseball in our overtime segment today. If you missed it, Robert Suarez has signed with the Braves, the latest to become an ex-Padre. And there's really nothing new on the Padre front, which is the subject of our overtime segment. Skraby will put it up on YouTube. You can enjoy that.
And Chris was just flat out rude to me in this thing.
You'll love it.
Just flat
you will
out
absolutely love it out
like,
there.
Tony was flabbergasted at what you said to me.
But he loved every minute of it.
He did.
As will all of you.
I didn't like it.
As will all of you. All right, let's get to some Chris First the Fans. 833-288-0973. Prizes are at stake. You can qualify for a shot at the 2 tickets to New Kids on the Block in Las Vegas, June 26th. You get a 2-night stay at Park MGM and a $100 gas card. We're calling all of you blockheads out there. New Kids on the Block just announced 2026 dates. They're Right Stuff, Las Vegas residency, Dolby Live at Park MGM. Don't miss all your favorite hits live in Vegas. NKOTB, Feb, October 2026. Tickets, Ticketmaster.com.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question's going to get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you will get that question free today.
We should also mention that in our next segment, before we say goodbye, we'll announce today's biggest fan winner.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. People have been asking about that on
Yeah.
the chat, so just want to make sure we get it done. We've been actually pretty good about it. Maybe last year or last time we did this, we may have missed a couple, but we haven't really missed any this time, so I'm proud of us. All right, let's go to our first contestant. Let's go to Jake. Hello, Jake.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Pretty good, Jake.
Pretty good. Pretty good. You ready to play?
I am ready to play.
All right, here we go. I like it.
ready.
I like it. What college did the Aztecs basketball team beat last night?
God.
Sorry? I think you're breaking up, sir.
Losing him.
Jake,
I don't think he knows the answer.
what's
either.
the answer, Jake?
Lamar.
Lamar.
There it is. You know, there was
You
a
were
player.
breaking up. That's
There
why
was
we're
an
asking.
there was a basketball player in the NBA whose name was Bo Lamar. Unfortunately, he didn't go to Lamar. He went to southwestern Louisiana.
Man,
Move on.
that was an amazing addendum.
A factoid.
All right, Jake.
Jake.
We're going to question number 2.
Jake.
All right, baseball. Who has hit the most home runs in Marlins history?
Marlins history.
Yep.
Marlins.
They were in my crosshairs the other day, so.
Marlins. Big hitter Marlins. Now that comes to mind, Gary Sheffield.
Gary
Like the guess.
Sheffield. Stay there,
Not
Jake.
going to do it for you. Sheffield played in a lot of different places. That's the problem with him there. As far as home runs for the Marlins, how about Stanton? He won a title there. Maybe he did the most. John Carlo. Oh, I got it.
I'm sorry, Jake. Thank you for calling.
Thanks,
you for
Jake.
playing. Yes, Giancarlo Stanton hit the most home runs in Marlins history. There was a year where people thought he was going to hit 60.
He got close.
He got close. It was
57
like 50
or 8. Yeah.
All right.
I
Let's
would
go.
think, well, no. I was going to say Miguel Cabrera could have been in the running, but he was only there for half of his career. Anyway.
I forgot he even played for the Marlins.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Andy in Oceanside. Hello, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, guys.
You ready to play?
I am.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is a bad question, but it's a good, easy number 1 question. Where did Edwin Diaz sign this week?
With the Dodgers.
That is correct. Real quick, Chris, because you were here when we talked about this. He doesn't scare me. He doesn't. Tanner Scott signing scared me. Edwin Diaz signing does not scare me like Tanner Scott signing did.
It can scare you.
Definitely. Of
He's
course.
good enough, but
he gets injured.
He does
He's
have some
wild.
blow-ups from time to time, and yes, he'll walk the yard. So, look, closers. You can't spend that kind of money on closers unless you're the Dodgers.
Yes. Correct. All right, let's go to our next one. Going back to football. Who has the most receiving yards in the NFL so far this season?
Oh, boy. I would have gone before, but...
Most yards.
You can pass too, Andy.
John Robinson? I don't know.
Bijan Robinson.
John Robinson caught a few passes.
I know Chris knows.
Yeah, he's been my hero. I got to tell you, JSN. He's been my hero this year. Hopefully, he'll do it a couple more times. Smith and Jigba. Oh, yes,
Sorry,
that's
Andy.
right. Sorry, Andy.
All right, Smith and Jigba was correct. He slowed down. Well, a couple weeks ago, he had like 20 yards or something.
Right, but last game he had maybe 8 for 150 and 2 touchdowns. So
yeah, he did have
bounced
the 2
back.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
Every time he scores this year, I'm like, gosh, dang it, Chris.
Chris is rolling.
Let's go to a longtime player, Michael in Lemon Grove. Hello, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Always
Pretty good,
Michael.
pretty
Always
good. Here we go. Question number 1. Who has the most sacks in the NFL this season?
This is number 1.
Yes.
Wow.
This is very easy.
No, it's not. I don't know it.
Really? And I know you don't watch the NFL per se. I know. I was just thinking because we've talked about it.
I've given up on them.
Okay.
If I had to think, Pearson, Micah, they got
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. You know, I asked this question forgetting that he's not an NFL fan anymore.
Well, that's too bad for Michael. Myles Garrett has got to be the leader. He's gets 5 a game.
Sorry about that, Michael.
All right, sorry, Michael. That's okay. Luck of the draw. Next time, it might be, questions that are right up his alley.
All right, give
That
me
happens.
give me number 1, 3. Okay, 3. Hector.
3. It's Hector.
Hello, Hector.
Good afternoon, fellas.
Good
Hello,
afternoon.
Hector.
Here we go. Question number 1. I think this is question number 1. Woody Johnson owns what NFL team?
Give you a clue, Hector. He's kind of a disaster, Woody is.
Kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
It's either the Jets.
Stop right there.
He got it.
Stop
Jets.
right there.
We're giving it to you. Very good. The disaster clue sent him right to the Jets.
It sent him right to the Jets.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Hector. Question number 2. This one, it may be a number 3, but you could still pass Hector and put the pressure on Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Where did D'Amico Ryans play college football?
Who?
The coach of the Texans. Pass. He says pass.
This is a 1 in like 900 chance. I don't have any idea.
The reason I'm asking
Michigan. No way.
Okay. He's not. No, Alabama is where he
I had no idea.
All right, Hector's still alive. So we go to question number 3. Here we go. There are 2 players tied atop the NFL for most receptions this season. Name both.
This is not yards. This is now receptions.
Receptions. 2 players are tied at the top. Name both.
It's not the Jigba dude that Chris said.
Could be. I mean, he could be.
Chase.
And who?
That, him, and Chase. I'm going to just say Jamar Chase.
Oh, Jamar Chase.
Jamar
Okay.
Chase, he
All right,
said.
All right. Stay there, Hector. This is a tough one.
I'm going to say Smith and Jigba and Puka Nakua. Seems like he gets a lot, although he missed a couple of games. Those are my 2.
Let me just confirm before we go with this. I just want to make sure because
Before you ring the bell?
Before I ring the bell, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Okay, I am right.
Blah, 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 blah.
You said Smith and Jigba and Puka.
I did. Oh, come on.
Hector is the winner. You stay right there, Hector.
Hector's the winner today.
Puka right.
Oh, yeah, Smith and Jigba's not
You
right.
will never guess who's number 2. There's no chance. I would give you 5 guesses. You won't touch
5
this.
guesses.
You will not touch this.
Well, he said Chase, but I don't think Chase. How about Smith and St. Brown? He hasn't had a great year for him.
He's in the top 10.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going to guess.
You're not. Trey McBride.
Oh, that's cheating. Tight ends.
93
Nobody ever
catches.
thinks of tight ends. Not fair.
Christian McCaffrey, 85 catches this year.
He's right up there.
85.
Well, it's the only play that Kyle Shanahan can devise.
The screen.
Just run it out to Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. So
what a genius Kyle Shanahan is. Get the ball in the hands of McCaffrey.
You know what? He is.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll check traffic. We got one final segment, some NFL picks, and get you ready for tonight's game between the Falcons and the Bucks.
From the 8-5.
get you ready for Thursday night football. First, Skraby has a big announcement. Today's biggest fan winner.
Congratulations to today's biggest fan, Mike Hazelton of San Marcos.
Yeah, Mike
Hazelton of San Marcos. Give us a call within the next 10 minutes at 833-288-0973, and you'll qualify for a grand prize. 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game with all of the fan staff later this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember to register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Again, Mike Hazelton of San Marcos, 833-288-0973. It starts now.
All right, also starting now is this week's NFL picks. Chris versus Tony.
We're going to skip the open because we're running out of time.
All right. I lead by a big margin right now, 98-73. Tony's got 4 weeks left to make up the ground. Here's who we're picking this week. For 3 points, Tony goes with the Seahawks over Phillip Rivers and the Colts.
Yes.
For 2 points, Tony goes with the San Francisco 49ers over the Titans this week?
Yes.
And for 1 point, he goes with the suddenly red-hot Houston Texans. And I forgot who they're playing. But
the Texans?
Yeah, I did. I don't know why. It was like I thought I could do this off the top of my head and, didn't work out.
I'm going. I always forget who my own team plays. They're playing the Cardinals at home, Chris.
Texans, Cardinals at home. All right. So that's Tony. I'm going Jaguars for 3 over the Jets. I'm going Eagles for 2 over the Raiders. And I'm going Bears for 1 in the cold weather over Shador and the Browns. Upset pick, Tony, Detroit Lions to beat the Rams. Give them 6 points.
Man, that is a crazy thing that the Lions at this point are underdogs.
By 6.
Yeah.
If I had first choice, that's the game I would have picked. But he had it. So I'm going to go Chargers to beat the Chiefs and put them out of their misery.
Yeah, I mean, they already did once this year.
That's 5 points. You hit it on the head earlier. You said Travis Kelce whining and crying about how tough it is. With all due respect, Travis, your girlfriend or fiance is one of the most famous, richest people in the world. You've won 19 Super Bowl rings. You're going to the Hall of Fame. There is nobody that feels even remotely sorry for you right now.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look like him crying about playing so bad.
I don't think
it's coming off really shallow, honestly.
I think it's more of him crying. I think it's more of him feeling frustration for the first time in a long
maybe
time.
he should have, hung it up when he should have hung it up.
I was thinking that earlier today when I was reading that.
He can't catch the ball now. I mean, he's open.
Yeah.
Ball bounces off his shoulder pads half the time.
Yeah, and he's definitely not the same guy that he was last year. The whole team is not the same.
What does Tony say?
What?
Age is undefeated.
Age is
right?
Father Time is undefeated.
Right. Even Travis Kelce.
Well, he also said that the problem with the team this year is they're not executing the small things. And I'm
but it's not woe is us because we just don't feel it for the Chiefs.
What happened to the Chiefs? They were always great at executing the small things.
Well, they're not. I mean, they had a 4th and 3 last game to save the game. Mahomes never misses this play.
Never.
And he threw it behind Rashee Rice.
Yes,
he doesn't do that.
Yes.
But this year he is. All right. There's this is kind of a big upset that's happening in women's college basketball. I thought I'd throw it out there because I looked earlier. Ohio State, ranked 21st, is favored by 40 points tonight over North Kentucky. But at halftime, North Kentucky is leading by 5.
Wow.
That could be an upset of epic proportions.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to go the other way for
I'm
them.
sure, but right now, they're ahead, and Ohio State is favored by 40 points in this game. That would have to be maybe the biggest spread upset. The only other one I remember once was Harbaugh when he was at Stanford, I think was 42-point underdog and beat USC. When they had Pete Carroll.
That's pretty amazing. Actually.
Yeah, I think that's the all-timer.
Do we think with a minute to go, I'm going to drop this?
Okay.
Harbaugh had it in his contract that Sharon Moore would replace him as the head coach.
Right.
We looking at Harbaugh a little funny now?
No. You can't know that. I don't think. Well, you could.
Urban Meyer was supposed to be aware of his assistant coach doing all that stuff back in the day.
I'm sure there'll be more on Sharon Moore tomorrow. He gets to appear in court tomorrow, I'm sure, to deny everything, which is what they always do. By the way, last thing on Sharon Moore. Did I honestly read that one of the candidates for the Michigan job is Kalen DeBoer, the guy at Alabama?
Oh, he was linked to Penn State too.
Okay, could you imagine he leaves and Lane Kiffin immediately leaves LSU and takes Alabama before next season even starts?
I would say that's not possible, but it's possible. And he would be paid 80% of his contract.
That would be the ultimate.
Oh, wow.
Craziness.
That's craziness, yeah.
All right, we got football. We're back tomorrow for 4 hours. Gwynn and Chris, we'll see you at 2.